It says here right in the beginning, he joined the IHOP family in 2005, and he was 15 years old. But I think the city county one stop had something to do with that too, because he was doing their
summer program.
Their summer program. So you know, but Joe is, you know, he's the epitome of the youth of Paterson. Okay, you read the paper, you see a lot of bad things about the youth of Paterson, but I want you all to just turn around. Joe, stand up.
Just so we can get clear, I'm not sure if Junior's at work. It is my honor and my privilege to represent the Cornish family in presenting the H. Charles Cornish Corporate Community Service Award, or as those of us who knew him personally, Chuck. The award represents the characteristics that my father-in-law brought to the city of Paterson, in the sense that he was successful in his corporate life, where he served for Bell Lang or Verizon for over 30 years and attained the level of director and executive within the company, but yet was able to pour his efforts, his energy, everything that he had in him into Paterson, and especially OIC. He brought what he learned in corporate America to OIC that may enrich the lives of Paterson, those who were in need and those who need a helping hand. If you needed a helping hand, he was there for you. If you didn't want to have help, he would just tell you to come back when you were ready to have a helping hand. And he was very impactful to many lives and to this whole community. And even still today, there are many people in this room and throughout the city of Paterson that know his name, not because they know the Cornish family, but because they know him personally. So Joseph Knight represents all those characteristics that Chuck brought to the table in the community. He's successful in his business side of his life in IHOP, and then also now being co-founder of the IHOP in Paterson, and also with Cornbread, another restaurant. He also graduated from Fairleigh Dickinson, which is also something he has related with my father-in-law. They both graduated from Fairleigh Dickinson. So without further ado, I'd like to present the award to Joseph Knight. Come on up.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me today to celebrate everything that OIC does. It's really great to see an organization in our city that just stimulates positivity, because positivity is really where dreams grow. My favorite quote is by the author of Jimmy Noodle Soup. His name is Jack Cameron. He said, "God does not give you a dream unless He knows you have the capacity to fulfill it." I'll say it one more time. God does not give you a dream unless He's sure you have the capacity to fulfill it. There you go. So I started at IHOP when I was 15. I remember my first day like it was yesterday. After I had my full stack of pancakes, I got ready for the rush. And the first rush came, and I just felt this energy, just this energy of just happiness that there were people in the restaurant. And I think that's where I found my first love, IHOP, that first day. So about 2 weeks in, my dad, I come home from work, and my dad is home early, and he said, "Oh, how was your day?" And I said, "Oh boy." Usually that is followed by some lecture. So I told him how my day was, and surely enough, I start to get this lecture. But this lecture was a little bit different. It was different not only because I was awake the whole time, because after this lecture, it was about franchising. Because at the time I didn't know that I could actually own an IHOP, that a person could actually own an IHOP. But after the lecture, I couldn't stop thinking about owning my own IHOP one day. And about 2 days later, I went to sleep and I had a dream that I owned 7.
That's good.
And every day after that dream, I just had this drive to want to learn more, do more, and just be more. So throughout college and high school, I made it my business to learn everything I could about running an IHOP. I can tell you how much the pancakes cost. I can tell you how long that you're supposed to put the pancakes before you flip them. There's not anything that I don't know about IHOP. So throughout those 9 years, I really made it my business to make sure I knew everything I could. And then in 2013, I was 23, and my business partner came to me and said, "Joseph, I think it's time." And I said, "Time to what?" She said, "It's time to get you your IHOP." And I was in shock because I wasn't expecting at the age of 23 that a few years down the line, I would be able to own my own IHOP. But I wasn't going to let this opportunity pass me by. All right. So we began the task of finding a location. And the first place that came to mind was Paterson, of course, because I live here, I grew up here. And people always ask me, why Paterson? Why Paterson? I say, why not Paterson? I wanted to be the change for Paterson. I want to be that person that people remember and say, Joseph had something to do with the perception that people have on this city. I wanted to make sure, I wanted my restaurant to be a restaurant where people can come in and get Rodeo Drive service in the middle of a city that's always has negativity in the news. So that's why I choose Paterson. I choose Paterson because I'm from here. So today, I want to say thank you to OIC. And the message that I have is, if you can dream it, you can do it. I promise you. Thank you so much for having me.
And if you ever go to IHOP, he's one of the most gracious people. Just charming. Aren't you proud of him?